Excuse me. Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Um, I see we have actually a couple of new people with us here today, and we want to take a special our time out, especially to welcome them for being here with us. So if you all please join in with me and saying to our, oh, I'm sorry. Would you please first identify yourself, stand up or hold your hand up to let us know who the people are who have never been here before, if you don't mind? Yes. Okay. So if everyone would please join in with me in reciting, say, we see you,
We see you.
we appreciate you,
We appreciate you.
and we thank you for coming.
And we thank you for coming.
I am Gwen Valentine. I'm the board president here at CSL Visalia. And I just want to welcome you all for being here, whether you're with us here in the sanctuary or if you're joining us online. We're going to start with Donna. She's going to bring our announcements this morning.
Oops, good morning. Nice crowd today. Good to see you all. Let's go to the announcements. So, this morning was our first Let's Talk Science of Mind at 9:30 instead of 9:45, and we had a packed crowd, so that was great. Didn't see it because I was messing with the music, but I'm sure it was wonderful. So from now on, it'll start at 9:30. It come live. It's in our little library, or it's be online as well, so you can see it either way. And we're going to be discussing what the topics are from the study guide each time, and probably more things that I don't know about. But it'll be great. I'm so glad so many people came and come early and attend. 50th anniversary. We finally got this settled. This is our 50th anniversary this year, and we're celebrating with a family barbecue. So Gwen wants to call it, great idea, a family reunion. We're going to call back as many people as will come. We want to beat all those people that haven't been here for a while, that used to be here, and we want to see if they'll come and enjoy barbecue with us. So the team is going to bring all the meat, and we're asking you to bring a side dish with you. It's Saturday from 12 to 3, and there's a sign-up sheet on the back. Sign up what you're going to bring. And if you end up not bringing that, that's fine. Just so you remember to bring something on that Saturday. And Ann Helgerman has created a 50th anniversary book with lots of pictures and things and stuff that people remember from the earliest days and up till today. So we don't know how many people might actually want one. So if you want one, there's another sign up on the back table, just $10 to cover the copying charges, and those will be available at our reunion. And I'm sure we'll be talking about some of that. And today, we are having a fundraising meeting after service. So all of you are helping us with the anniversary, with the Christmas party, with anything else we're doing. Please stay for a little while afterwards and help us plan these events. We've got a few more we want to finish and get done and do it right and have more people helping us. So that's it. Thank you.
I will try. Thank you. This is horrible because I have the mic and I still can't be heard. Okay, let's try this. So we're going to start with our mission statement. So the mission statement will be up on the prompters, and I would like for everyone to please recite them with me. So, Center for Spiritual Living Visalia is the place everyone comes together, connecting in love and learning how to create abundant, joyful, and peaceful lives. And so it is. Thank you. Our first song is going to be Thank You for This Day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful life. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful life. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful life. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day.
All right.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going to start with our diversity quote will be our first thing. So Bonnie, if you come forward, she's bringing it, and she's with our diversity team.
Hello, everybody hear me? Okay, good. Let me know if that changes. My name's Bonnie Carlia. I'm a member of the Diversity and Inclusivity team. And first off, I'm going to say a few words about Veterans Day. Veterans Day, observed on November 11th, honors veterans of the armed forces. The observance originated in 1919 on the first anniversary of the 1918 armistice that ended World War I and was known as Armistice Day. It was commemorated in 1921 with the burial of an unknown soldier from World War I at Arlington Cemetery. November 11th became an official holiday in the United States in 1938, and in 1954, the name was changed to Veterans Day. Okay. Now, this, what I'm going to read to you, is about war and peace, and it is also, when I was looking at it, I realized that it might have something to do with the turmoil that we're feeling after a presidential election, perhaps. So I chose it also for that. And forgive me, I'm a little bit scratchy this morning. I may stop and get some water on the way. Okay. If we are unwilling to learn from history, we commit ourselves to reliving the mistakes of our ancestors. The peace of the land, the peace of the people, and the peace of the heart are inextricably intertwined. What is accomplished by force does not last. What is accomplished by love is eternal. We cannot wait until we have true peace of mind before we start working for peace. Nor can we wait until the world is at peace before seeking peace of mind. To remember war without offering forgiveness is to without offering forgiveness to former enemies is only to reinforce soul-destroying hatred. Peace is not just the absence of war. It is being at home with the shadowy parts of our personality so that we know where our anger is coming from and how to transform it. The first step out of violence is to stop viewing oneself or any parts of one's self as an unlovable enemy. And this was by William Wallace, a Methodist minister. Thank you.
So next we're going to actually go to our mission statement. I ask that you actually join in reading it with me, please. It's on the prompter. There's the monitors before me and in front behind you. So let's do this. We believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. The one manifests itself through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. Thank you. We're actually going to go now to our next song by our band, and that's going to be Holy, Holy Way.
This is our congregational song, so if you want to stand with us and sing along, we would love to have you do that. The lyrics are going to be up on the screen. Just repeat here. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Let me share the good that's overflowing. And let me care for those around the world. Let me care for those around the world. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Let's say that again. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Let me share the good that's overflowing. Oh, let my steps reveal a path of peace. Let my steps reveal the path of peace. Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder. Let me talk each day a little kinder. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. We need a little more mic on this one. Donna.
Good morning, beloveds. I am so happy to be with you this morning. I missed you all last week, but I'm sending greetings from our friends at Heart and Soul Center of Light. I was with them last week as they celebrated their 15th anniversary. And I just want to say your name came up several times. They're sending you much love, wanting to know what we're up to in Visalia and all the good things that are happening there. I also want to just take a moment and say, I'm so glad that you joined us today. Whether you are joining us virtually or whether you're joining us in the sanctuary, I'm glad you came out, because what I want you to know above all else is this is a safe place to be. Now, regardless of the week that you've had, and I'm telling the truth about that, some of us are having a week where, oh my gosh, how did that happen? And others are saying, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe that happened. Others are saying, I'm so glad that happened. Whatever your experience is of this week, I ask that to call upon the angels within you, the spirit within you, to be with one another compassionately, to care for one another, to seek first to understand one another, because we have some opportunities ahead of us in the years to come, and we want to utilize every spiritual tool that we have to make sure that we are true to our mission. The Global Heart theme for the Centers for Spiritual Living is creating a world that works for all. That's a world without borders. That's a world without boundaries. That's a world where we have to utilize our gift of free will and intelligence to figure out how we're going to do that. I know we can do it, and we're going to learn to do it here. And so it's it's good to be with you. We had a robust discussion in our Science of Mind class this morning. So I hope that come next Sunday, you take some time to be with us either virtually or that you are with us live in the library for that discussion, because we are living the science of mind. We are learning how this faith philosophy and way of living really supports us for a time like this. So I know that we can do that. So as we get ready today for the message, as we get ready today to be with one another, I'm going to ask that you just close your eyes and take in a nice deep breath and let it go. And as you let that breath go, just be reminded in our invocation that there is one power, one universe, and one divine spirit. Some of us call that divine spirit God, others call it love. Whatever you call it, acknowledge it, that there is indeed a power that you are connected with. And that divine power is the demonstration of compassion, love, and understanding. And if that is the truth about the divine, that is truth of each and every person within the sound of my voice. So I know and accept today you are inspired. You are inspired by the music. You are inspired by the community, that you are inspired by the spoken word that is offered today, that you leave this talk today feeling good, being in gratitude, being in thanksgiving for time well spent. So I turn this day over to the divine. I know that it has even more for us than what we can even imagine. And I do so with thanksgiving. I do so with the attitude to release my word into the universe so that it becomes one with the word of the divine. And with that, join me by simply saying, and so it is. Amen. I turn it back over to our beloved Donna O right now, who is going to give us the insight and the introduction to our very special guest speaker. And I'll see you all a little bit later.
Yes, we do have a very special speaker today. Actually, this is a whole month of wonderful in-house speakers. Last month, we had the diversity team and Tino talking about Dia de los Muertos. Wonderful. Today, I'm going to talk about our speaker in a minute. Next week, we have Reverend Jack in person. And then the last week, we have Clark Harley back in person. So this is an in-person month, wonderful speakers. But our speaker today is someone I heard when Visalia had its own TED Talk at the Fox Theater a couple months ago. The speakers were all great. You know, a TED Talk is like 10 or 12 minutes. They're short, sweet, to the point. Well, they were all great speakers, but Brianna's just hit me because everything she said was what we talk about here every week. But she didn't know a thing about science of mind. So that philosophy is out there even in other ways. So today our speaker is Brianna Englert, and she is, by profession, her day profession is a city planner. But she's also a somatic practitioner. Somatic practitioner helps you get rid of trauma. And she has some wonderful workshops she's going to do for us, I think. One's dealing with a lot of chocolate, so we were all impressed by that one. But today, she is going to be our speaker, and I want you to welcome Brianna Englert.
Okay, can everyone hear me? Okay, perfect. Good morning, all. Lovely to be here today. My name is Brianna Englert, and I am here to talk to you about how to be a spiritual being in human form. So let us all start by closing our eyes and taking a moment to turn inward. Now, with your eyes closed, let's take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's do 3 of those. Now that we're a little grounded, keeping the eyes closed, I want you to ask yourself this question: who am I? Think of it. Who are you? Let the mind wander a bit, but also take note of the first thing that popped into your mind, because usually that is your intuition talking, the thing that came instantly before the mind got in the way. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes. I asked you all this question this morning because many of us actually have no idea who we really are. I often ask my clients this question, and many of the answers I get are people that think of themselves as titles, like I am my name, in my case, Brianna. Or they may answer that question and say, I am a mother or a father or a chef or a teacher. Or maybe one might use an adjective to describe who they are, like I am amazing or I am lovely. But hardly ever do we have people, when you ask them that question, answer it and define themselves as I am God. They say, God? Ah, too powerful to be me. Ah, but yes, you are actually more God than anything else. And this is the problem that we have in the Western side of the world, is that we are taught to believe that God exists somewhere else, that he is some guy in the sky that punishes us and who goes against him. But what we fail to realize most of the time is he is actually in us all. He is in my heart just as he is in yours. He is in the sky just as he is in the trees. There is nowhere that he is not. I even cringe at saying the pronoun he because it is more of an all. God truly is everywhere, and there is no place that he is not. And with that, I have always found it quite puzzling when I ask people, who are you? That hardly anyone ever answers that they are God, because in all actuality, that is all that is really going on here at this earth plane. Just a bunch of gods all playing together in this game called life. It is of grave importance that we wake up to the fact that we are not separate from anything here on earth, and that we are all, at every single instant, operating as one. We may have our quirks and our karmic debts and our lessons that we came here to learn that may be slightly different from our brothers and sisters, but at the very root of us all is the same divine center, operating in the same coherent and harmonic nature with everything that exists. So let us practice. I want you to look around the room, and with a big old smile, I want you to wave to 2 people and say out loud, big smile, hello, God. So go ahead and give that a whirl. Now, with that in mind, what do you feel the, hello, God. Beautiful. He's God too. So now, with that in mind, what do you feel the world would operate like if we all willingly chose to see others and all things as nothing more and nothing less than manifestations of God? I like to call this releasing the identifications with our masks. You see, we all wear masks throughout the day, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. And many of these masks we can wear, which can come in many different shapes and colors, I might add, help drive something called our ego towards certain behaviors that are out of alignment with who we truly are. Now, to discuss this point of the ego a little further, let's try on this idea as there being 2 selves. Self number 1 is over here, and it's connected to our mind, our ego, and what I like to call our mass. and it houses negative emotions like fear, anger, jealousy, and so on. It likes to judge, criticize, and it also acts as a micromanager of our daily lives. Now, let's think of a second self as being over here, and it's what I like to call our real self. It is connected to our heart, and it houses positive emotions like peace and love. This self knows no separation between self and other. It knows no color or race. It forgives and it sees us all as one. This self is essentially God in human form. As a somatic practitioner, what I specialize in with my clients is helping them to recognize their egoic self from their real self in order to come to a place of oneness that lies within, and find balance in the duality of our ego and the real self, because both are actually part of our human condition. How I do this is by teaching people to recognize behaviors that their ego drives them to do, and how to recognize that that behavior is far from what their actual real self would partake in. Because you see, our egos en masse love to create labels. It loves to judge, worry, get sad. It makes us think we are separate, so we tend to take on fear-based behavior when our egos are in the driver's seats of our lives. However, on the other end of that, when we are selfless, living in presence, not judging, and living from a place of love, that is how we know our real self is in the driver's seat. But unfortunately, one quick look around the world, and we can see that many of us are taught from an early age to forget that we are all divinely one. So our egos start to control our lives. And we see this through the high rates of crime, war, mental illness, and suffering on our planet. But this is all part of the game. In an odd way, sometimes beyond human comprehension, we are supposed to forget where we came from. It is one of the greatest mysteries of the divine, but we do not have to stay asleep to this fact for forever, or like most, until we get older and start to care less and less, because we slowly start to remember that we are on our way back home to spirit in our older years. So when does this ego come into play in our lives, and what do we have to do in order for it to not have us, to control us for a vast amount of time that we are here on earth? Well, science states that around 7 years old, we start to form opinions and beliefs about ourselves and the world around us based on how we were raised in those first 7 years of life. So essentially, this is where the ego starts to come online due to subconscious programming. You can think of it this way. When we are all born, we are fresh off the boat. We are straight from spirit, ready to learn and absorb the infinite possibilities of the world around us. Kids tend to be free, honest, playful, and they really don't have a care in the world. Kids are the ultimate leaders of the heart. Now again, around age 7 and on, things kind of start to shift, slowly but surely. Kids tend to get in a judging type of mind around this age about themselves and the worlds around them. The egos start to creep into the driver's seat, and that God-centered, loving, careless self, while always present, starts to become a little bit more buried as the years go on. Dr. Wayne Dyer called this taking on an ego, or edging God out. We can really see the ego start to hijack during those teenage years. Woo! Man, those teenage years is where that egoic, neurotic fun really begins, huh? We've all been teenagers before, or we've been around them and can remember that time of huge shifts in our lives. At that age, we really start to make judgments of others. We can kind of make bad judgment calls and start to care more about our appearance and how others perceive us more than how we perceive ourselves. And this carries on for most of our lives until, again, we start to reach an old age and realize that our time on this planet is almost done, and that most of the stuff we spent majority of our lives caring about really isn't that important at all. So we must ask this question: how do we shift that ego out of the driver's seat so we can live from a place that is more alignment with our real self earlier on in life. That self that remembers and that has known all along that we are nothing more than God in human form. Well, the answer lies in a few critical steps. The first is to recognize that the ego will always be there. And while it is a nice servant, it is a lousy master. So recognize that our egos are there, but understand that we must see beyond the mask of the ego and come to a place where we use it just as a navigation tool to gauge how far away we are from God in every moment of our lives. We can do this by taking any action and stick it on what I like to call a love meter. If an action that you have done is filled with hate, fear, has any negative emotion tied to it, that was probably ego-driven. But if you take an action and it was made out of love, it's neutral, it's positive, that was done from your real self. So with that in mind, the next step in taking off this mask is to release judgments of self and other. You see, the ego loves to create labels and judge, but the real God-centered self, it just is. It sees nothing as good or bad in this world. All is just a necessity and an invitation towards expansion and the highest expression of ourselves, which can be a hard thing for many of us in the Western world to understand, because many of us from an early age are taught to see things in people as good and or bad. We often create labels on our brothers and sisters based on values and morals we were taught when we were growing up. And while I am not saying that many of these morals we've been taught are a hindrance to us, what I can say is that many of them have left out the fact that even at the core root of a criminal, somebody that we deem as bad in society, is not any less a part of God than you and I are. And to understand this idea a little further, it is important that we do not condone certain behaviors, but it is important that we release the judgment surrounding why someone may have chosen to live their life a certain way. Because at the end of the day, we don't know the karmic role someone chose to take on as they entered into this earth plane. You see, earth really is just a school of learning, nothing more and nothing less. And when you take a look around, we are sharing this planet with billions of other people. So who do you think our greatest teachers would be? Nothing better than our fellow brothers and sisters acting as God in human form. You see, we are not here to be perfect, but we are here to embark on a journey of the soul expansion. And in order to do that, we must be hurt by others at times, and we must make mistakes as well, because that is how we grow. Growth is not found in the light, but in those difficult moments. And if you think back to it, many of those difficult moments have to do with other people teaching us lessons that we needed in order to know a deeper aspect of ourselves. Maybe you got cheated on, maybe you got fired from a job, maybe somebody killed your brother or sister. That is essentially God giving you a lesson, and you may not like the lesson, and it may be really hard and tender to your heart, but it is essentially an invitation towards growth, even if it takes a while to move through. So try not to judge that lesson, but explore it. Become a blank slate and take note of when the mind wants to judge. Instead of calling a sweater that someone's wearing hideous in your mind's eye just because you wouldn't be caught dead in it, love that for them and think of it as nothing less or nothing more than just a sweater used to keep somebody warm. Hear about a crime being committed and see that as an opportunity for those people's lives who were affected by that crime as karmic work that just needs to be done at the soul level. No judgments, just all a necessity in this game called life. For God loves all, and he really is found in all things, even those that we are taught to see as bad. Which leads me to my next step. Forgiveness is the ultimate healer of the heart. When we forgive ourselves in the actions of others, that is us finding the courage to lead with the heart and the real self while seeing the human predicament that we are all in, and that is that no one is making out of it here without at least hurting ourselves or someone else at some point on this ride. And when we can see that we sometimes hurt ourselves and others out of our own fears like loss, separation, or whatever the unique case may be in your particular circumstance, we can find compassion for ourselves and our fellow human beings by seeing that our mistakes are not so bad after all, but that instead they are a complete necessity in this human life that we all share. And in that allowance and perspective shift, we get brought to the next step, and that is living life through the lens of unconditional love. Because by definition, unconditional love means exactly that, love with no conditions. And out of any definition of God, that is exactly what God is. Ultimate freedom to allow yourself and others to be exactly who they are and who you are at the unique place in life they are currently living in. And that is hard for many people to do because as with judgments and labels, many of us have been taught at an early age that love must be conditional. I only love myself when I am this way, or I only love you when you are doing this. But that, my friends, is not love. That is control, and that comes from the ego and the mind. But the real, true love that is connected to God and centered in the self, which comes from the heart, is ultimately unconditional love in its finest form. It's freeing, and it's a complete radical acceptance for yourself and others, just as they are and just as you are. So with that, might I ask you again, who are you? Well, if you ask me that question, I always tell people that I am nothing more and nothing less than a fragment of God inhabiting a human body. And I encourage you all on your walks throughout life to start to see each other as one and to recognize the power that we all hold within the depths of our core. For it is not only this life and this planet that we all share, but the very essence of who we are, which is ultimately God in its purest form. And remember that part of you that is compassionate, all-loving, understanding, and whole is your real self. So take off the mask of the ego by not judging, forgiving, celebrating the mistakes you or others have made, and see life through the lens of unconditional love around every corner in the shape of life's lessons and teachings. Because that, my friends, is exactly what it means to be a spiritual being in human form. Thank you. I'm 29. Thank you.
Wow, that was beautifully said. Thank you
Oh,
so
thank-
much. My God. Oh, do I need to be back up here? Okay. That was wonderfully said. I absolutely loved it. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we will move forward. The next thing on our list is to go to our special music. The band is in place. Everybody's ready. Let's do it.
It's a new one for us, so we're excited. The falling leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, days grow long, and soon I'll hear the old winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall, ooh, ooh. Since you went away, the days grow longer, and soon I'll hear the old winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling. When autumn leaves start to fall. When autumn leaves start to fall.
Beautifully done. Thank you. We are going to move to our conscious giving. So we have ushers to. Can I have our two ushers come forward, please? We don't have ushers today? You can, okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. Give them just a moment. Um, Thank you. So if the two ushers would come forward, please. Bonnie, come forward, please. Thank you. Okay. We have a prosperity prayer that's on the board. And so I would like for everyone, please, to read it together. Today I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs. I am keeping my whole mind and thought and expectation open to new experiences, to happier events, to a more complete self-expression. Everything that belongs to spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of the nature of the divine reality, I claim as my own. I identify with success and I prosper in everything I do. As I give thanks for the good now flowing into my life, I gladly share the good with others. The more I give, the more I receive. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence. My cup runneth over. I am blessed and limitless possibility. And so it is. Okay. So would you please repeat after me? We bless these gifts and give thanks for all the good that they will manifest. And so it is.
All right, beloveds. Wow, what a day we've had today. I hope you had some nugget to take away, whether it was the profound thought about forgiveness is ours to do, or about the unconditional love. Whatever it is, I know that you were inspired by something. Maybe it was even the beautiful rendition of Autumn Leaves, that come to you today in this season of fall. Whatever it is, I hope you will join me in this benediction as we say, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for being the demonstration that there is one love and there is no place that God is not. And if that is the truth about God, that is the truth about each and every one of us. There is no place we can go that God isn't right there with us. All we have to do is be willing to be open to receiving the message of the divine, the message of the inspiration. So as we go forth this day, I know that we will go forth in joy, that we will look at one another and greet one another before we depart and simply say, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for being a part of this beloved ministry. Thank you for this faith, this philosophy, this way of living that absolutely supports us in getting from where we are to where we want to be. And so it is. And we know that it's an inside out job. So, would you make a circle and join in that circle as we sing that there is peace? There is peace on earth, and it begins with me. And take a moment to also wave to all those folks that are watching online because you are called to be the demonstration that love is all there is. Thank you, everyone. See you next week.
Now there is peace on earth. I know it begins with me. Now there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be with God as creator. with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Everyone give a wave to the camera.